Welcome back to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are reviewing Kevin Samuels' interview with a 28-year-old baby mother, single mother, modern woman, who is defending her long-term relationship with one of her baby fathers. But Kevin takes her to task about why she chose not to marry him and what she expects from a high-value man. That being said, let's jump right into it.
Hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out Kevin's original channel. That's how we keep his message alive in the culture.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm fine. How about you?
How old are you?
I'm 28, almost 28 in August. I'll turn 28.
Okay, you got to hold the phone steady.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to hold the phone steady.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You got to hold the phone
I
steady.
do have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, as I said, I'm 28. I do have a daughter. She just turned 3. With my current boyfriend. Sorry. We are together for more than 11 years. We still are together.
What's the question?
The topic was about women having to be independent, and he does view it that way. He does want to have our daughter to be independent, to be educated, to have her own stuff. And
Who, your boyfriend?
I'm trying to tell. Yes.
Okay. Well, ma'am, how old are you?
I'm almost 28 next month.
Right. And you've been with this guy for 11 years?
Yes, I know. It should have been much earlier that we got married.
Let me do what I no. See, I don't like when y'all do that.
I'm sorry.
It's like y'all don't want to. Y'all want to say what you want to say. You don't want to hear it.
Yes, I do.
He wants her to be independent because look what he has. He's got you as an independent woman. You're not a wife. You didn't demand that you had to be married before you had a baby. So why should he listen to what you're having to say about his daughter if her mother accepted that?
It's more that I saw my mistake, and
Do you guys live together?
I tried.
You guys live together?
No, it's a lot of
ma'am,
stuff
ma'am,
over here.
Okay. I need you to calm down.
Yeah.
Because the reality is this may not work. You've been with a guy for 11 years. You got a kid. You don't even live together. Why?
It's financial. We don't. I'm in Amsterdam. I'm in the Netherlands, and it's very expensive living over
he's
here.
Where?
And also with it's also with his parents, and hopefully this year we will achieve to be together finally as a family.
You're not a family.
We want to be.
No. How old is your daughter?
She just turned 3.
So I gotta ask, why have a baby with a guy who's not your husband, who you don't live with? And is he in Amsterdam?
Yes. No,
And
I met him in Amsterdam. He just lives like a half hour away from me now.
But he lives with his parents.
Yes.
Why?
I guess because he's comfortable where he is, and
why did you do this?
And
why did you do this?
Because I didn't see the necessity, to be married. I just didn't.
You didn't
see
see
that.
the necessity to be
And
married. What do you do for a living?
I'm a research analyst.
Mm-hmm. And what does he do for a living?
He's to be like his own cab driver, like his own.
A cab driver. Okay. So you
Yeah.
didn't see the necessity to be married. So you basically chose to be a single mother because you're dating a guy who's a bum.
Yeah. I don't want to say that he's a bum, but
Okay. How old is he?
he's 29.
Is he physically impaired in any way?
No. No.
He worked well enough to have sex and impregnate you, but he can't get his own place. Man, if you're over 25 and living
I
at home with your
understand that.
parents, that makes you a bum. That makes you a loser for the most part. Unless you're in school or sick or extenuating circumstances, you had a baby with a loser. And now you're trying to marry a loser and worrying about what a loser thinks. Because you didn't see the necessity to be married. Fine. But you put yourself in this position. And what do you think? What do you think the outcome's going to be? I mean, is it, this is a problem with independence. See, I would say this, and this may sound sexist, but you have money, you have a job, and now look at women make decisions, are allowed to make these decisions.
True.
So no one should feel sorry for you.
I don't. No. I don't want to.
But
Anybody
you're still
to feel
worried
sorry
about
me or
him
for
and
me.
talking about him and what he wants to do. And it's like, well, that's why I say therapy is so important, man. Because that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense that you would worry about what a cab driver will live with his mama think.
I do have an appointment for therapy.
Okay.
But I also see the reality of things. I don't see myself of myself finding another person that.
Oh, okay. There we go. See, thank you. So you're settled. Ma'am, it would be better to have nothing. This is going to sound cold and cruel, but I'm going to say it. It's the best I can do, so I decided to go have a baby with a loser cab driver.
No. That
why make? I mean, you could have had all the stuff you want to, but why bring a kid into this? You made that her father.
Yeah, but at that time, I didn't know what was better.
It's called a condom.
I supposed to be.
You're a research analyst, ma'am. You're not stupid. You're an educated woman.
No,
don't play this innocent shit with me.
No.
Don't play this. I didn't know what was better. Whatever. No.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm not trying to be.
But you're a research analyst. I mean, why make a baby?
I made this decision myself.
Yes, but why make the baby is the point.
Yeah.
As you could see, Kevin Samuels is pretty. I think he's being a little hard on her. She made the decision to be with a man. They have a child. It doesn't seem like they're in a good financial situation. And the man she's been with him for some time, over 11 years, and he hasn't made any real commitment to her to really lock in the relationship. I think Kevin's speaking more from the standpoint of a father to a daughter and saying, hey, snap out of it. You got to know your value. This young lady is now exposing the fact that she maybe is a little insecure. Maybe she felt this guy was the best that she can get. And so she fell for him, and she's going to make the best out of the situation. I think what Kevin is saying, there's enough signs here is demonstrating that this guy, one, doesn't have a lot going for himself, especially if he's a father and he's still living with people, his mother particularly. He doesn't seem motivated to change his situation for the sake of securing his family. So that, in a way, is indicative of the type of man that he is. And so he's saying her judgment should have been better in terms of whether or not she chose to have a kid. One thing is to be casually hanging out and hooking up, but it's another thing when you're making long-term lifetime decisions with somebody that may not be the best suitable situation for you. So this is why he's taking that tough tone. All right, let's continue.
I was hoping and looking into the future that
with a cab driver.
I was you can achieve like a comfortable or stable life.
This is why I
like,
say
with a cab
independence should be
company.
taken from. This is why thank you. This call is a great reason. You might think I'm sound sexist or chauvinistic. This is an independent woman, and listen to what she's talking about. You made a child with a cab driver, a loser cab driver who lives with his mother. Do you think your daughter's proud of her father? Is he trying to do anything? And you're talking about we can be better, and you can. This is insane. Instead of just saying, you know what, I was dumb. I made a low self-esteem. I made a low self-esteem, low self-respect decision. Don't try to justify it. The world has let you ladies justify your bad choices. But if this were flipped, and you were to call in and say, you know, he's a deadbeat, the world would be like, of course he's a deadbeat. The point is, you didn't have to make the baby. So don't make another one. I think that's fair. Don't make another one.
No, I did. He like when our daughter was like a year old, he did bring up that subject about another one. And
you've been with this man for 11 years.
I know. Yeah.
What do you know?
And that he's not a bad guy. He is.
Who said he's a bad?
He does work hard. No,
he doesn't.
I know you. He is like almost 24
this is
hours.
Why, and you wonder why. And I'm gonna just say to the public who may think I'm being harsh, and you wonder why some men today are weak, because you got women like this who will make babies for them. You wonder why you got beta male and weak males, because you have women like her who will go make a baby for a guy who has no business reproducing. And she'll stand here and try to defend him when you should have been not having a kid at all, or at least go have a baby with a guy who has his own house or his own place, trying to do something with himself. You ever even try? Have you 11 years? Go anyway. You got a baby. You're not going to be able to date anybody much anyway. So, all right. Well,
yeah.
Your choice.
I understand
Your choice.
that. I understand that reality, and
yeah.
I
the
don't
only problem,
want
the problem is you had the baby. The problem is the baby, man. The problem is the baby, because the baby's 3 years old, and you, as the mother and the research system, you're a fully autonomous adult. You're responsible for yourself. Him, whatever he is in on this call, but I'm talking about the person who has the custody of the kid and your decision-making ability. You choosing this guy and defending this. This is not good.
I'm not. I'm trying.
Okay,
trying
have
to
a
be
good.
clear.
Okay,
I'm not
all right,
defending him.
okay, yeah,
The video.
Okay, that was the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. He's having a heart-to-heart with this young lady. I think what he's exposing here is the poor judgment of a lot of young women, young modern women. You know, I think Kevin Samuels is a father to a daughter, and, you know, I have daughters. So I think for any man, he wants to know that his daughters are empowered to make wise decisions. And I think a lot of times there's an independent woman movement that really encourages women to be independent, to live their best life, to, essentially have sex and, just be loose in their judgment. And too often what happens is that some of them decide to have children for men that they probably shouldn't decide to have children for. I think what Kevin is saying is, as a woman, before you decide to make a decision to procreate with someone and to have a child with him, there's a couple things you should do first to value yourself. You should analyze and assess whether or not that guy is fit to be a good leader for you and your potential child. You should also assess what that man is willing to do in exchange for you giving him a child. Is he willing to wife you up? Is he willing to be your husband? Is he willing to stand in the fold? Is he willing to secure a place that you and your children can be raised in? Is he willing to cooperate with you and lead you in an effective way? Does that man inspire you? Do you feel that in making the decision, the man is going to be a useful partner for you? These are things that I think most fathers would have as conversations with their daughters, just to ensure that their daughters are making informed decisions. But in the absence of fathers really influencing some of their daughters, you have a lot of young ladies who make this decision loosely, and they make it on false pretenses, if you will. They like a guy, he's cute, they're having sex, they're being irresponsible, they're not using condoms, the guy is not pulling out, and then next thing you know, you're in a situation with a guy having a relationship with him, and it's been a few years and you guys are not progressing much, mainly because maybe he wasn't the guy you should have, engaged with, So I think it's a matter of certain insecurities that some young ladies have. They want to feel secure. They want to feel wanted. For me, the young lady came across very respectful. I think she's got a good heart. I don't think she's a person that isn't taking responsibility. I haven't heard her bash her man. It seems like she's, supportive of him. I think Kevin is a little short with her because obviously he did a lot of these type of interviews with a lot of different women and exposes sort of the careless ways that women approach having children with men. And unfortunately, she caught the brunt of his frustration with just that very thing. But all in all, I think this is a decent person who maybe didn't make the wisest decision. Kevin gave her some wise advice and said, don't continue making decisions like that. Make sure that you make informed decisions, next time around. So that's my take. I thank you guys for joining me on the Intercourse Show. Obviously, I welcome you guys here. If you're not already a subscribed member, like and subscribe, stay connected. Click the notification bar on the bottom, but also weigh in on the conversation. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Is Kevin too harsh on this young lady? Is he speaking the truth in love? Is he trying to sort of get her in the right direction by being a bit more stern with her? I think that's what it is. Obviously, she's a pretty soft-spoken person, so she wasn't combative. I think she was very ladylike and respectful. So, shout out to her. Hopefully, she learned from the advice that he gave. As you guys know, Kevin passed away some years ago, but this was one of the things that contributed to his legacy, is that he tried to give young women good advice to navigate their life. And I think this is one of those examples of him trying to say, hey, make sure you are making wise and informed decisions when it comes to who you date and who you choose to have children with. All right, that's it for me. Mr. B signing out. Thank you guys for joining me. Again, stay connected. And until we speak again, God bless.